So in this video, let's talk about people pleasing, because as someone who has people pleased for the majority of my life, over the last year or two in particular, I've learned a lot of lessons about people pleasing and what we can do to try and change it. And I want to share some of those in this video. I don't know how this video is going to go. I'm currently in Bali. We're here for 3 months as a family, and I've just had a real urge to create more authentic content, just camera on and just talk, just share. And people pleasing is something that impacts so many people that may be watching this video. And it's completely exhausting. It's completely overwhelming. And if we actually look at people pleasing, it's a complete lack of honesty. You may be lying, you may be manipulating the people that you love the most. And you don't do that because you're a bad person. You do that because you're trying to please others. But also you're lying and manipulating other people, but also you're lying to yourself. Every time that you people please, you are not being true to your authentic self. Every time you people please, you are losing a part of your true authentic self as well. And this is why we need to learn different ways in which we can navigate, our people pleasing to really start to show up authentically. Because when you do, it is completely freeing. It reduces the exhaustion, it reduces the overwhelm, it completely eradicates it, in fact. And you can start living a life that's true to yourself. And for me, when I think about my experiences of people pleasing, it always come from probably the deep-rooted unconscious belief that I was never enough. That unconscious belief that I am not enough meant that I would consistently people please to try and get validation from other people, so I felt enough. But that feeling of enough was such short-lived. It never actually dealt with that wound. It was a short hit of, I feel good now, but it never actually replaced that wound that was deep-rooted within me. Another sort of, unconscious belief was, I'm not safe. So again, if I show my authentic self to the people that mean the most to me, then I'm going to lose them. I might, upset them. And because of that, then I'm not safe. And when we start to think about those unconscious beliefs, they are so deep rooted within us from childhood, from past experiences, from what society teaches us, that stopping people pleasing becomes so difficult to do. Like, if we think about people pleasing, logically it makes sense. Don't people please. Say no more. Actually stand up for what you believe in, share your opinion, share your truth, and don't really give a shit about what anyone thinks of you. But that's logically something that's so easy for us to understand, but emotionally it's so difficult to do. Because emotionally, when I say no to the person that I love the most, or emotionally when I say to someone that I love that I disagree with them, or emotionally when I see the hurt in my wife's eyes when I've upset her, like, that is what's so difficult to actually overcome and to navigate. And that emotional response to people pleasing is actually why it's so difficult to change. Because again, it comes back to those deep-rooted unconscious beliefs of you're not good enough or you're not safe. So a couple of things that have really helped me, if you can relate to any of what I'm sharing in this video, it's a bit of a ramble at the moment, is actually understanding, if you are a genuine, kind, honest person, then people pleasing doesn't align to that. That's not you being genuine. That's not you being honest. That's not you being kind. And what really helped me is actually understanding, when we think about people pleasing, there's a lot of similarities, and I'm not saying it's the same as this, but there's a lot of similarities to narcissism, right? Again, and the narcissist will often lie and manipulate to boost their own ego and to boost their own self. But when it comes to people pleasing, we lie, we manipulate, often because we want to please other people. And in that sense, we then think that that's good for us as well. So when I started to really understand that, I was like, that's not me. That's not who I am as within my core values. Like, I am a kind, honest person. And actually the lying and the manipulating, because we're trying to appease other people and we're trying to not upset other people, in fact, doesn't align to those values. And there's a great Brené Brown quote that says, clarity is kindness. And it's so true. Like, I started to really get upset with people when they were just being dishonest with me. It's like, just be honest. Tell me what you believe. Tell me how you feel. Because as I'm getting older now, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm done with trying to figure out people's emotions, read people's micro expressions, read in between the lines, look at messages and think to myself, is this person upset or are they not? I'm done with that. I'm exhausted with that. Just give me your honest truth. Be clear. Clear is kind. So again, I started to really get upset when people weren't honest with me, and then I thought to myself, well, I'm doing the same to other people. I'm people pleasing. I'm not showing up authentically. So instead, to be an honest, kind person, which I hope that you are, actually being honest with people and not people pleasing aligns to those values more than actually just, being dishonest and hoping that that person's happy with you as well. Another thing as well that I started to realize is every time that I showed up authentically, even if it upset someone else, it actually felt so freeing and so not exhausting anymore. And authenticity is actually the gateway to freedom for so many people. Because when you can be authentically yourself, like who are you when no one's watching, then you can start to truly, again, drop the people-pleasing behaviors that are so ingrained into you as well. And also, if we think about it, like, I don't want to look back when I'm older in life and regret not showing up authentically for people-pleasing and, not being my true self. And when I reached that point of, being on my deathbed, looking back and having so many regrets that I didn't show up authentically because I was so worried about other people's opinions of me. And I think that's, again, something that we have to kind of, align to a little bit more as well. And then finally as well, I think when we think about this, and I talked about it earlier, it's more emotional, it's not logical people pleasing, and how we can change it is about tapping into that a little bit more. Start to connect more with your heart. And I know that sounds a little bit woo-woo sometimes, but like when we're up here, it is such a logical place to be. Like even before creating this video, there's people sitting over there watching me, there's workers staring at me watching this as well. Like I literally sat at this tree, I looked around and I thought to myself, I'm not getting the camera out, I'm not recording, because I was in a logical state, I was in a people-pleasing state. Instead what I did is I just did a 5-minute meditation, just centering myself and actually realizing actually none of this really matters. Like everything around me doesn't actually matter. So instead I got the camera out, I'm recording it now, someone's sitting there, people might be judging me. But again, what I'm getting across here is I'm more connected with my heart. Why am I doing this? I'm actually doing this because I want to help one person that might be watching this video who's a people pleaser. Just try and make one small change, just not people please anymore and live more of an authentic, life that they can live. So again, when we think about it, if I'm in my logical mind, I'm going to be people pleasing, I'm going to be looking around, I'm going to be more worried, and I'm going to stop this video straight away. I'm not even going to record it. When I'm connected to my heart and I'm actually authentic, I'm not necessarily worried about all of that. Without getting too deep, sometimes I think to myself, all of that around me is a complete illusion. It's all a perspective that I have in my own mind. I have no idea what any of these people are thinking. I might be saying that that person's judging me, but in fact that person might be admiring me. Who knows? I don't have a clue. I don't have their perspectives. So again, when we think about this, the more you can connect with your heart, the better. And there's a lot of like somatic exercises that you can do, as I say, meditation, just holding your heart, just kind of like trying to ground into your body a little bit more can massively help too. Because when we're in this logical mind, it is such a busy, exhausting place to be. And it's so difficult to come out of because it's so deeply programmed from, everything that we've been through and experienced in our childhood as well. So the more that we can connect to our heart, the more authentic that we can be, the less that we will people please as well. So this video might be extremely, extremely messy, but I really hope that it just helps one person. Just start living a more authentic life, step out of that people-pleasing mentality. You are good enough already. You are enough. You are safe already. You don't have to please other people to feel that way. And the quicker you can realize that, the more freeing your life will become. I really hope this video helps, and hopefully I'll see you in another one as well.